Welcome to our epic journey through the entire history of the Roman Empire, a tale of grand conquests, devastating conflicts, and transformative innovations. From its humble beginnings to its dramatic fall, the story of Rome is one of the most captivating in history. Let's dive into this extraordinary. Our story begins in 753 BC with the legendary founding of Rome by Romulus and Remus. While this tale is steeped in myth, the reality was equally intriguing. Early Rome was a collection of villages along the Tiber River, influenced by neighboring cultures such as the Etruscans. These early Romans were skilled engineers and warriors, laying the groundwork for what would become a colossal empire. But let's fast forward a few centuries to see Rome's transformation. In 509 BC, Rome transitioned from a monarchy to a republic. This new system of governance involved complex political structures, including the Senate, consuls, and tribunes. The Republic's early years were marked by significant internal and external conflicts. One of the first major challenges was the Battle of the Lake Regillus in 496 BC, where the Romans, led by their generals, secured a critical victory against the Latin League. This battle helped solidify Roman control over central Italy. The Republic's expansion was also marked by the Punic Wars with Carthage. The First Punic War, 264 to 241 BC, was driven by a struggle for control over Sicily. In 241 BC, the Roman victory at the Battle of the Aegates Islands led to Carthage's defeat. The Second Punic War, 218 to 201 BC, was one of Rome's most challenging conflicts. Hannibal's audacious crossing of the Alps and his victory at the Battle of Cannae in 216 BC nearly devastated Rome. However, the tide turned with Scipio Africanus's victory at the Battle of Zama in 202 BC. Rome also faced significant internal strife. The Social War, 91 to 88 BC, a rebellion by Rome's Italian allies, was a major conflict that ultimately led to the extension of Roman citizenship to these allies. Rome's history is also marked by significant battles and brutal conflicts. One of the most famous was the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD, where Germanic tribes led by Arminius ambushed and defeated 3 Roman legions, halting Roman expansion into Germania. During the reign of Emperor Nero, the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD devastated much of the city. Nero's response, including the persecution of Christians, led to widespread suffering and historical infamy. In the 1st and 2nd centuries AD, Rome faced multiple uprisings. The Jewish Revolt, 66 to 73 AD, led to the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. The Siege of Masada in 73 AD ended with the mass suicide of Jewish defenders rather than surrender. The Boudican Revolt in 60 to 61 AD, led by the Briton Queen Boudica, was another significant uprising. The revolt saw the destruction of Roman settlements, including the city of Londinium, before it was brutally suppressed. Another major conflict was the Marcomannic Wars, 166 to 180 AD, where the Roman Empire faced a coalition of Germanic tribes. These wars strained the empire's resources but were eventually brought under control. It was a decisive act of defiance against the Senate, leading to a civil war. Caesar's assassination in 44 BC led to further turmoil. The power struggle between his heirs and rivals culminated in the Battle of Actium in 31 BC, where Augustus Caesar defeated Mark Antony and Cleopatra. Augustus, the first emperor, ushered in the Pax Romana, a 200-year period of relative peace. During this time, the empire saw significant expansion and consolidation, period of fragmentation and civil war. Emperor Diocletian attempted to restore stability through reforms and dividing the empire into the Western and Eastern Roman empires. However, despite these efforts, the Western Roman Empire continued to weaken. In 410 AD, the Visigoths, led by King Alaric, sacked Rome, marking a significant blow to the empire's prestige. The final blow came in 476 AD, when the last Roman emperor of the West, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. Despite the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, continued to thrive for another 1,000 years.